My name is Paul Allor, and I wrote Hollow Heart.
Oh my god. That is awesome.
I actually didn't start reading comics until pretty late in life, like when I was, not late in life, but I was in my late 20s, which is, late for comic books. Most people read them when they're, 10 years old. Before that, I worked as a journalist, and I was also, I write poetry. I feel hesitant to say that because, not well, but I really enjoy reading poetry. And I think that those two disciplines, journalism and poetry, really helped me out in my comics writing because they both teach you how to write succinctly, which is something you need in the comic book space. And I always say that journalism teaches you how to get a lot of information across in a small amount of space, and poetry teaches you to get a lot of emotion across in a small space. Those are both really necessary skills. But as to how I got started, after I started reading comics in my late 20s, I kind of realized this was a medium that I really enjoyed and that I could maybe do some interesting things with. So I started writing short comics, like 5-pagers, and hooked up with artists to draw just those 5-page comics. And I ended up putting a collection of them together and kind of used that as a portfolio piece. I sent it out to editors across the industry, and very slowly started getting work and started building it up from there. So that was about 10 years ago now, I think, and it was about 5 years ago that I was able to leave my day job and just I don't just write full-time, but I write and I teach comics writing classes, and I do comic book editing as well. So I'm basically just doing a lot of comics adjacent freelance things to cobble together a career. Yeah. Growing up in Indiana did influence this book in not always the most positive way. I think I've not always, I love Indiana, I'm glad I live here, but I have not always felt like a perfect fit here, and I did come out of the closet in high school in like '96 in a very rural school up in northern Indiana. And I think that a lot of that searching for where I fit here has informed my writing a lot, has informed the themes I work with, and has informed my wanting to have more queer representation in my work as well.